Okay everyone, good morning. Feels kind of like this is the good morning road. I legitimately just watched someone come out of this driveway and drop off those cardboard boxes right there. Which that might have been a little bit quick for you guys, but literally dropped it off right there. Not at the side of the curb, just right where a car would park. So anyway, it is trash picking morning. I went out yesterday morning and yesterday afternoon. I think the weather here, it's been pretty chilly. No one put anything out. So we're going to try again this morning. But it's garbage day, trash day. They look like they got some new garage doors also. Oh yeah, they did. Let's find some treasure this morning. Let's make it a good one. Let's do it. All right, we got a whole lot of stuff going on here, but it looks like that's all empty cardboard. Big piece of copper pipe. That's it for that. Oh, it's an old toilet right there, and an old Christmas tree. I think that might be it. That's some serious copper. I did go out and get a Christmas tree, which after we do this one clip, I'll bless you guys with some information. And by information, I mean just a picture of it. This is a nice old one. They must be doing renovations to their bathroom. Oh. Very nice. Alright, I think that's it. Yeah, they have an old like Christmas tree over here. I think these are all cardboard boxes. That's all card. That would have been really cool if that was in there. I think. Oh, no, I just ripped it. No. I doubt that box is worth anything. Can stand there and rip out the guts out of the toilet, but I don't think that really is much in there. Anyway, yeah, I went to a Christmas tree farm for the first time in my life yesterday and got myself a Christmas tree. Here's what it looked like.
Here. Or is this one like finished?
This thing is dead. It's half its. Look how thin that is up there. Looks good to me. Collected a lot of vacuum cleaners in my day. This one's even missing the other piece. I'll take this just because I'm here. The handle's really squeaky. I thought whatever was barking in the background was a coyote. That handle's really squeaky. Still has a tag on it? It looks like. Anyway, so has the wire. Wire's good. Nothing wrong with wire. Alright, plastic or metal? Plastic or metal? Metal. Oh, this is heavy. Don't want to have your CDs falling over. Or maybe your DVDs. Probably could fit either or either. Something like that. The Christmas tree farm was kind of fun to do. I can very easily see how families get in arguments there. Nothing like freezing your tail off and at the same time arguing over which tree is a more symmetrical and fluffy tree. That's why I understand why people get artificial Christmas trees, because it's literally pristine in the way that it's shaped. That's not too bad. I've noticed that though. If you can kind of see with that one, halfway up, all the branches are gone because these pine trees around here and probably everywhere, they start dying from the base upwards to the top. I noticed with all my pine trees, that's the way they kind of go. Over Thanksgiving, my brother and I took down one tree that was overhanging my barn. Which it wasn't a very large tree, but it was a tree large enough where you had to rope it off and V it out and the whole 9 yards, but you kind of needed 2 people. So if it goes the wrong way, there goes your barn. So that was kind of a nice Thanksgiving project. Not a lot of stuff out. Alright, this is one of those steel base chairs. How do I know? I had the same exact one at one time. Underneath this plastic sheath, steel rod actually runs there. It's a steel plate, and that steel plate runs down there. So it might kind of look like plastic, might look like junk. Nope, it's heavy, made of metal. Well, didn't even close that door, so now I gotta get out and close that door. Gotta love it. Back on this thing, go over here, turn this thing open, back out we go. I did notice I didn't, for whatever reason, I don't know if it popped off or something happened, but my windshield washer fluid reservoir, the cap on it popped off, and it was just kind of like hanging there. But it wasn't on, so I don't know if I lost a lot, but I had to fill up the whole thing with probably about a third of a bottle. So if you haven't looked underneath your hood in a while, it's probably a good idea to make sure all the caps are still on. So I think the first time that's happened, but I know my my coolant has also, the cap at one time popped off on one of my older vehicles. I'm like, well, I wonder how long that's been off. Just like hanging there for no reason. Don't know how much of it's splashed out. All right, I think I see something over here. Put on my jacket. Kind of finished up trash picking here. Oh, we got a pan in here. That's all right. Some of those. Don't need that. But we're heading home now. Didn't really find a whole lot out. Kind of wasn't really expecting a whole lot, but it's kind of not really a lot out. Day like today. Christmas is coming up, holiday season, and people always ask me, is trash picking better in the winter or the summer? And I tell people the same answer almost every time. That answer is, in the winter you find less stuff, but there's also less competition. In the summer there's more stuff, but there's more competition. So however that works its way out is how it works its way out. Wow. It's the first time I actually opened up the garage doors. I had to unlock them, which is different because I never had locking garage doors. And now they are lockable and unlockable. Just another key to add to the many keys. But I've never opened garage doors where the springs actually work. I literally had to, it was like, I don't even know how you like lift up a full water bottle was the amount of pressure I had to kind of just use to open that door. I can't tell you how heavy it is to lift a wood garage door where the springs don't even do anything. Like they're just non-existent. And the rollers are all messed up and half of them aren't on the track. It is such a difference. Anyway, I gotta get to the back over there, grab some steel. I guess I'll bring over that fan maybe. I don't know. I gotta start pushing all this stuff back. So the generator has to go back, the shovels, the shelving, my toolbox. That one, I don't know if I mentioned, it fell on me as I was moving stuff around, and having an old metal toolbox fall on you doesn't feel good. All right, so I got to load up some more metal, and then try to get to some of this other stuff so we can bring in some better things. Gotta get a move on. It's kind of cold. Feels colder than what it says. It says it's 24 or 25. Feels colder than that. All right, you guys like my new glasses? I just bought these. They're like $10 on Amazon. They're supposed to actually not fog up also, so they probably wouldn't fog up right now, but actually they probably would fog up now. They're not fogging up. I was going to actually use them for weed whacking in colder days, but I'm going to go ahead and cut up this. That's going to be probably dirty brass. I think that's iron on the end. That is red brass, and then there's copper here. That's also red brass. So you can't really take it. You get paid a lot less money if you take it in like this, as opposed to taking off those brass fittings. So we're going to quickly cut those off. And what I'll do is I'll bring this in so we can see how much money we made in copper off just these two pieces. I have some crutches, so I'll take this in. Also, that's dirty aluminum. Let's see if this is really necessary. So that's a piece of number 2 copper. Now I'm going to cut off this. This is going to be red brass. That goes like that. This I think is steel on it. Oh. This thing fell off the side. I don't think that's going to be up there for much longer. But anyway, let's try to find it. Yeah, so that's steel on the end. So this will go in my dirty brass pile once I cut it off. It's even got like crud on the inside. I don't know what that stuff is. Iron buildup? I don't know. So I'll have to pick that off. There's some like crud on the inside of that. Nothing this week in these houses. Down that road, arguably one of the largest houses. I don't even know if it's a house or if it's, I don't know what it is. It appears like it's a house, but it's like one of those 8-bedroom houses. I think it's probably the largest houses, if not the largest house in this town / zip code. It's like a kingdom's palace. Speaking of houses, I think it's got a lot of angles going on. A lot of angles. Wonder what the rooms look like in there, as opposed to, you know, a barn where it's just like a big box. Alright, so cold. Talking about garage doors, it's also super windy. They got the garage door closed in this thing. It's the first time this year I've seen it closed since probably the winter. Alright, fan motor. Nice. That's gonna make some money. We got some, I kept this. I've had this for 3 years. I found it in trash 3 years ago, and I was going to do a project with it. And it got to the point where it's just all deteriorating. It's had mud on it and everything else. So now it's scrap. Aluminum crutches. Yeah, I don't have like any steel in there at all. This also should be aluminum. I think it's missing the lid. I used to keep these. This one's a little scratched up, but I used to keep these and try selling them. They don't sell as well as you think. And if the Teflon ever rips on it, always scrap it. Don't try selling it. Alright, I got these 3 pieces of copper. It's not all of it because I took off the ends, and there's a couple smaller pieces, but I took off the brass. Also, that crud that was on the inside, smacked with a hammer, it all fell off like in a half a second. It wasn't even really, I don't know if it was just like build up inside the pipes, which is very well why you can have bad water pressure. that stuff builds up inside there. All right, let's go make 10 bucks. Joking, I think this is more than 10 bucks. Well, we'll see. All right, well, 18 bucks. The copper, he gave me number 1 copper, even though the one piece probably was number 2 copper. I guess because it weighed so little, it wasn't really like a big deal to kind of just give me number 1 for both of them, rather than give me number 2 copper for both of them. It only weighed 2 pounds. So the 2 pipes that I brought in, well, it was like 2 and like, what was it, like a couple small pieces maybe? I don't remember. It was like 5 minutes ago in my life, but I don't even remember. Anyway, came out just shy of $8. So that was number 1 copper for $3.93 per pound, $7.86. Dirty aluminum, kind of just junk stuff, and then I guess the electric motor was 12 pounds. That's $3.12 for that one fan. So not too bad, not too shabby. I always get so excited. I'm like, man, if I can ever fill my van up with one of these items, all copper, all electric fans, something, that'd be really, really fun to do, and be really cool to see how many thousands of dollars I can make off one van load. But unfortunately, that's probably never going to happen. But it's fun to kind of just think of that. But yeah, 18 bucks at the scrapyard. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for tagging along again, everyone, for another fun trash picking episode. Another morning out here. Enjoy the rest of your week. So I know it's still early in the week, but enjoy the rest of your week. Anyway, thanks for tagging along. If you guys enjoy, hit the like button, subscribe down below. Until next time, have a great day. Keep living a dream. Peace.